The rain tasted of ash. Elias Thorne, a reclamation specialist for the Federal Archives, noted the peculiar flavor as he huddled deeper into his trench coat, the color pulled high against the perpetual drizzle that clung to the Blackwood Valley. He had to retrieve a single ledger, the Blackwood Family Ledger, a relic thought lost to time and local legend. Locals whispered of the Blackwoods, a family whose fortune and name had vanished as suddenly as the rain itself, leaving behind only a crumbling estate and unsettling rumors. The manor itself loomed before him, a skeletal silhouette against the storm-bruised sky. Stone gargoyles, eroded by centuries of weather, seemed to leer down at him, their expressions unreadable. He's been given the coordinates, a faded map, and the assurances of a nervous archivist back in Washington. The Blackwoods, it seemed, had been involved in something peculiar, something the government wanted buried. He pushed open the heavy oak doors, the hinges groaning in protest, and stepped into a cavernous entryway. Dust motes danced in the weak beam of his flashlight, revealing decaying tapestries and cobweb-draped furniture. The air was thick with the smell of mildew and something else, something subtly wrong, like a memory trying to surface. "Hello," he called out, his voice swallowed by the oppressive silence. Only the rhythmic drumming of the rain answered. He moved deeper into the house, following the map's cryptic instructions. The ledger, according to the documents, was located in the family's private library. He found it easily enough, a room filled with towering bookshelves, most of which were empty. The single volume lay on a small table in the center of the room, bound in dark and marked leather. It felt strangely warm to the touch. The first few pages were mundane enough, records of land purchases, investments, and familial births and deaths. Then the entries became different. They shifted into coded language, filled with references to astronomical events, obscure rituals, and a recurring symbol, a spiral within a triangle. He squinted at one entry dated 1923 *, the alignment nears. The resonance strengthens. Prepare the offering. *, what offering? To whom? A sudden chill ran down his spine, far colder than the dampness of the house. He heard a noise, a scraping sound from somewhere above. He raised his flashlight, but the beam only revealed shadows clinging to the ceiling. He continued reading, the coded entries becoming increasingly disturbing. They spoke of a dweller, a being from beyond the stars who demanded tribute. A being who brought prosperity in exchange for something. The price. He found a sketch tucked between the pages, a crude drawing of a creature unlike anything he's ever seen. It had multiple limbs, eyes that seemed to absorb light, and a disturbing, almost mocking smile. Suddenly, the scraping sound returned, louder this time. He spun around, shining his flashlight at the ceiling. Something was there. A shadow moved behind the crumbling plaster. He took a step back, his heart pounding in his chest. Who's there? The scraping stopped. Then the voice, a low, rasping whisper, echoed through the library. "He seeks his due." Elias froze, every nerve screaming at him to run. He wanted to scream, but fear had paralyzed him. He turned towards the voice, his flashlight beam dancing across the room. He saw it then, a figure coalescing from the shadows, tall and gaunt, with skin that seemed to shimmer with an unnatural luminescence. Its eyes were dark pools, devoid of any discernible emotion. It wasn't human. The ledger, the Blackwood Family Ledger, it rasped, its voice laced with an unsettling amusement. "You have found it, but now you must pay the price." Elias tried to run, but his legs felt heavy, rooted to the floor. The figure glided towards him, its movements fluid and unsettling. He dropped the ledger, a desperate attempt to break the spell, but it was no use. The figure reached out, its hand grasping his arm with an icy grip. He felt a searing pain, like his very essence was being drained from his body. He saw the spiral within the triangle carved into the figure's palm, the same symbol from the ledger. He tried to fight back, but his strength was fading. He saw flashes of images swirling in his mind, the Blackwoods, performing rituals beneath the light of the moon, offering their wealth and their lineage to the dweller. The price. Then darkness. He awoke to the sound of rain. He was lying on the first floor, soaked and shivering. The manor was gone, vanished without a trace. He looked down at his hands, expecting to find them withered plain, but they appeared normal. He stood up, his legs shaky, and stumbled back towards the road. He didn't remember how he's gotten there. The ledger was gone too. As he walked, he noticed a subtle change in the rain. It no longer tasted of ash. Instead, it was sweet, almost sickeningly so. He looked up at the sky, a feeling of dread washing over him. The stars seemed brighter than he's ever seen them before, and he felt different. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, smooth stone he didn't remember picking up. It pulsed with a faint, inner light. The spiral within a triangle was etched into its surface. He knew with a terrifying certainty that the dweller wasn't finished with him. The price hadn't been fully paid. And he knew, too, that he's now part of the Blackwood legacy, upon in a cosmic game far older and more terrifying than he could have ever imagined. He looked back at the dark forest, a single, horrifying thought echoing in his mind while hovering with the dweller demand next.